Hi guys, this is Brownie from Manhattan, New York. So I'm coming to you guys with a get ready with me video. So I'm in my bra, as you guys can see, in my undies. So I'm gonna start from top to bottom. As you guys know, I'm an aspiring model, and yeah. So I love to show off my body because that will get me out there, and then people will see my body type, and then if they're interested in me, then they will definitely call me and book me. So this is what I do. I put myself out there for the career that I want. Um, However, I won't be stopping school, so I'll always be going to school. And so I was getting scared. I'm gonna be using my YBF palette. Everything a girl needs except for the foundation. They actually make foundation, guys. Check them out. And they come with cards. I don't know if I told you guys before. They come with cards to show you. So, um, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how they do makeup. I'm gonna follow this actually and do the makeup the way they did it. No, it's 4 o'clock. I have to go. Almost 4 o'clock. I have to like get out the house. Like now, I'm really sad because I was waiting for a package and it didn't come, so that won't be happening. I actually have to hurry up and get my makeup done because I have to leave to someplace at a certain time. So I'm grabbing my lightest concealer here. This is I'm grabbing my neutralizing cream actually, and I'm getting a good amount. I'm just gonna take my finger just for time purposes. So I'm literally like digging into it, and then I'm grabbing my concealer. So the instructions on the palette says that you're supposed to use the neutralizing cream like this and like this. However, I'm just gonna apply the neutralizing cream all over my typeface. This is not great for beginner makeup beginners because you're gonna have products in this kit that you don't know what the heck to do with it. You think it's extra, you think you don't need it, but when you get better with makeup, you're gonna realize that you do need it and it's not extra in the palette. So as I told you guys, this is how I even out my complexion because my complexion is around 2 shades darker than my foundation. I just grab my foundation to the next shade up because you don't want a lighter foundation because to make it darker to your complexion is harder to me than to make it lighter. As long as you add a light concealer, it's definitely gonna go lighter. You know, it's just like when you paint with crayons. But to get a exact color to make it darker, it's kind of more difficult. So now that my face is lighter, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is in the color 355 Coconut. So I'm gonna shake it, and then I'm gonna apply it to the back of my hand, and I'm getting started. So this is all I need for a full face. It's actually more than I need. So this bottle will last me about 24 months. It expires in 20 months. It's not bad. Um, I started applying it immediately. I'm using my e.l.f. brush. I forgot to tell you guys, like in my other video, it was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys what brush I was using. But I've been loving this brush. I've been using it so often. I'm so happy I found out my tax. As I told you guys, I found out that my tax was denied. It actually got approved, and it's supposed to go through for this Monday, which is pretty cool. Cause I was so scared because like everybody, like I've just been bullied for a long time, so I try not to put myself in compromising positions where people are gonna have the ability to bully me. So like I was scared and I didn't file my tax because I've also seen people manipulate even other powerful systems to hurt me. So I was really scared and I never filed my tax. And then this guy reached out to me and he was like, I guess after doing, people were speaking bad about me to him, and he asked them, do I work? And they were like, no. And then somebody told him, yeah, I worked, but like nobody's ever given me the opportunity to file my tax or whatever. So my phone is ringing. I'm sorry, guys. Hello. Okay, that's a scam. So so because of that, I never filed my tax. I was so scared. I was like, they're gonna deny me. Like everybody else does, they're gonna go for word of mouth and they're gonna deny me. They're not gonna accept me. The same thing in school. Like I could have started at 17 in college and I didn't because I was like, they're gonna deny me. They're gonna bully me, and I don't want to put myself in that predicament because I know it's going to happen. And because it's been happening to me for so long, it's not going to be something new. But nobody's going to take the time out to realize that I'm being bullied because everybody is busy with their everyday own lives. And I could not expect somebody to do so much for me. So because of that, and then the guy, he reached out to me and he was like really consistent, and he was just like trying to get to know me, and I'm like, why are you trying to get to know me? Nobody tries to get to know me. What are you doing? Like, you need to stop this. Like, you cannot get to know me. Like, this is not cool. You're not allowed to do this. Back up. I got pepper spray, and that time I used to carry around pepper spray, so it was so funny. Oh, like, back up. Whenever a guy gets too close, you just warn them about the pepper spray. And it was funny because I was like literally so scared, and even if I had the pepper spray, and I was so scared to like I was so scared of the consequences of what happens when you spray somebody with pepper spray that I never used it. I remember I was wondering if I could use it for food. So this pepper spray, I was like, I wonder if I can spray this on the food and it'll be really spicy. Since it's so spicy, shouldn't this be like the best sort of spice ever? Like I think that's really smart. Like, shouldn't that be like the best spice? You know, you can't find a proper spice that just I don't find a spice. I find good spices, but like pepper nowadays is like really watered down. So hard to find a spicy pepper. Like they'd be like, it's coming from here and it's spicy, and they really just exaggerated a lot, and that's what people do a lot nowadays. They just exaggerate on stuff that is not even like that, you know. So now I'm gonna set this with my neutralizing powder. See, even in this palette, I tell you guys about setting your cream, and I use the neutralizing, but with this palette, it's formulated. I can actually use the powders I showed you guys before, and then apply my foundation on top of it, and then apply my foundation on top of it, and not worry about. So I'm done with this, and what I used was a neutralizing cream, and I mixed it with the light concealer, which the light concealer is kind of dark right now, because neutralizing cream is more of an ivory, and this is more of a porcelain color, so it's lighter. So and then I just set it with the neutralizing powder. And this is my YBF. These stuff are also available in full size, by the way, guys. So definitely check them out. Okay, now I am grabbing my bronzer, and I'm gonna bronze my face. Since I've already highlighted, I'm gonna bronze. I'm going for another natural look. You guys have been loving natural looks lately, and been allowing me to be with natural looks. Usually I'm like cake face, but you guys have been pretty good to me. So I'm going with the natural looks lately, which is so like once in a lifetime to see me go a natural look. Like I am scared. People have put me very scared. Like I'm like I gotta cover my face and make sure it's safe. Is there anybody else out there that feels like that besides me? So I just naturally contoured my face with my bronzer instead of contouring it with my thing as well. So now I am grabbing for my blush, which I'm using from my nighttime palette. I'm actually going to grab this color right here for a illuminator on the highest point of my cheek on my cheeks. Then I'm grabbing this brush, this Creative Cranberry blush up here for the apples of my cheek. And this thing is so pigmented that I don't need a lot at all. Bubba wants to say hi. Come say hi. Bubba's saying hi, guys. Look at Bubba. She's saying hi. Look at her. She's saying hi. She's saying hi, guys. Say hi. Hi, Camel. I just drink my water and I'm gonna bathe today. Say hi. Hi, Camel. She's saying hi, guys. Hi, Camel. I'm the beautiful Bella. Say hi. I am gorgeous. Yeah, I am. I am gorgeous. Yeah, I am Bella. Say hi. I am Bella, and I only weigh 4 pounds and 5 ounces. I am light as a puddle. Yeah, and I don't gain weight. I am Bella. Even though mommy says I'm heavy, I am not heavy. I am Bella. Say hi. She's just so beautiful. Look at her. She's just gorgeous. You guys see her? You guys see her coat? Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous. Can you guys see her coat? She's just absolutely gorgeous. You guys see her? Look at her eyes. I like when she changes them from round to like, I don't know that shape. It looks like a diamond. Look at her face. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Her little button nose. Her little feetsies. Look at her feetsies. Look at her hands, guys. She doesn't like me to show them off. But look at her hands. Look at her soft, little soft palette in the back. Oh, so cute. Going down? She wants to go down. She's camera shy right now. Even though every time I'm recording, she comes up and she makes sure she gets her her debut. She's not missing out on her debut. She's just absolutely gorgeous. So I've also applied some of this brilliant bronzer, and now I'm going to prime my eyelids because I'm in kind of like a rush. So I'm gonna prime my eyelids with this Lorac primer that's off the hook. Guys, this color is so nice that I don't even need to prime my eyelids. Like it shows up any time of the day. This foundation is definitely matte and goes absolutely gorge with. She's just gorgeous. Bella is gorgeous. Hi Bella. Hi kitty. So she's turning 3 this August and I'm turning 24 this August. So we're definitely off in axis. But technically, she's 2 years older than me in cat years. But she's my baby. I don't care what anybody says. So she's like the oldest in my house. So, girl talk. Back to girl talk. So I was been telling you guys that I was gonna stop seeing my ex because he got married while we were still dating. He went and got married. So I was saying that I was gonna stop seeing him because I deserve somebody to be exclusive to me and me alone. And to him, he doesn't think that it's something wrong, you know. He doesn't think that he did something wrong. Like I said to him, don't you think you owe me an apology? And he goes, for what? And I go, for going and getting married while we were dating. So that means that you were dipping in both pots. And he's like, not necessarily. And I got so angry and I started crying and then I realized that I had did it because I asked for an answer to a question that I didn't want. Yeah, I did not want a response to what he had did. I felt hurt, and it doesn't matter what he says to save his life, he could not make that better. So for me, I should have never even opened that conversation. I should just left it alone as I was hurt. And I had the funny thing is that I was always like pushing him away from day one because I think guys are dogs personally. Um, and because I think that I will 9 times out of 10 push a guy away more than to be like, come on in. I mean, my mom has been a single mom and struggled, and guys have done some shitty stuff to her. And my mom is now, I remember my sister's father. My mom was married to my sister's father, and he lives in Jamaica. And my sister and my brother used to get so mad when I talk about their father, but I really like for me, it's not the point of that, it's their dad. It's not the point, it's just the point of this man. That's it. It's man with a penis. So he's a man. You know what I mean? Like he can't be a woman with a penis. That's a man with a penis. Okay? And he did something to my mom that I don't like. And it's not about woman or a man or it is. For me it's just about a man and things that have happened to me from men. For instance, the other day I went shopping and the stuff that I bought happened to be defective. So I brought it home and I was like, I'm going to return the next day because honestly, I had two options either to not buy any of the stuff I had in my cart and then have the salespeople return, have to restock all this stuff, or to buy it, buy the shopping cart, take back the shopping cart to restock one item versus restocking like I had like literally like over 25 items in my cart because I went food shopping. So I was like, okay, when I realized, when you get to when you finally realize that you picked up way more stuff than you could hold, because it didn't seem like a lot. You know what I mean? Like I bought fruit and stuff, so it didn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. And you tend I tend as shoppers we tend to underestimate exactly how much stuff we have in our cart until after it's all bagged up. And usually I used to just leave the shopping cart after it's bagged up, like wherever I can dock it back, I'll dock it. I'll leave the shopping cart. Then I realized I can't carry this stuff, and then I end up needing a taxi. And I hadn't planned my budget for a taxi because I try to keep that money so that I can do more outings, buy more extra clothes or stuff like that, or just to save up. So when I stop taking taxis often, I saved up on a monthly basis almost $200. So I definitely cut out taxis, and I bought more food, and I ate out a little bit more, and that was one thing I could cut out my budget. The next thing that I cut out my budget was buying cheap toilet tissue because I found that when I buy a more expensive toilet tissue, I end up saving in the long run because I have it longer than the cheaper toilet tissue. Because cheaper toilet tissue comes in larger quantities or cheaper, but it's finished before the quantities of the more expensive brand. However, I don't say that the cheaper tissue is better than the more expensive brand tissue. I don't say that because when I needed tissue out my butt, I had it, and that's the most important thing. Um, and I'm very grateful. So God be the glory. Um, the next thing like a lot of stuff, like I just stopped using it. Like people be like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, "If you need it, you use it." Because I remember I was in a deep dark place, and I was very hurt, and I was going through the custody battle with my kids, and my daughter's father, as I told you guys, both my kids are a product of rape, and he was like, "No matter what, I'm gonna stay by your side," and that definitely didn't happen. The lawyers instructed me to go back and try to make some type of relationship with him, and that will help me in my case because I'm a young mom, and as soon as the court see me as a young mom, they would just like turn me down. But if I made a relationship with my kids' father, which are older, it would be better. So I end up running, looking for these guys, trying to run behind them, and even with their infidelity and all these things, still trying to keep up with them, trying to fake a relationship of being together. There's no sex involved. I don't see them for weeks at a time. I don't know what kind of relationship that could be. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm telling people, yeah, I'm in a relationship with my kids. And they're like, why you don't know this? And I'm like, because I need to do this for the courts. Okay? You're not calling me out. You're not telling me something I don't know. I don't know it because I don't need to know it because I'm not in that type of relationship with that person. I'm doing what I need to do to keep my kids at home. And that was all. It was nothing more, nothing more, nothing less. If they're sleeping with another woman, who you think they're gonna get it from? If they're not getting it from me, where you think they're gonna go? I'm not giving it to them. They gotta go somewhere to get it. And and I did it for my kids. I did it for my kids. I fake relationships. It's not just the in this day and time you find yourself faking a relationship and being miserable in order to please society. And I just one day I said I'm not going to do it, and I suffered the consequences for it. Honestly, I believe heartfully that I don't have my kids today because I didn't do what society quote unquote calls being a good parent. Being a good parent does not mean that you stay in a relationship with a man that your child was brought into by rape. That doesn't mean that you're being a good parent. But that's not what society see it as at all. And honestly, I have a lot of parents watching my channel. I tell you guys what the hell to do. Like I'm gonna tell you, like if this shit is gonna make you to a multi-millionaire, you do that shit because that's what's gonna get you there. Not the honesty, the stuff that I suffer on a daily basis for my honest lifestyle and the way I want to live. It's really hard and it's really like I feel like I'm constantly being persecuted, but because of my religion, I understand that it's they're not persecuting me, they're persecuting the God that's in me because I'm living by a religious standard. So me living by a religious standard is like certain stuff, like certain conversations, I won't have it because I live by a religious standard. But if you ask me, I'm human and I can tell you, yes, this happened and what to do and stuff like that. But I'm definitely not judgmental. Like I can people tell me all type of stuff and I can relate back because I'm always learning something new. I'm just blessed that I've never been faced with those situations, so that's just a blessing for me. Um, I never knew it was this hard to be a woman. I remember when I was young, I used to tell certain women because of stuff they put up with men that I wouldn't be like them. And as I said before, I've been saying this for the last mm, like before I even had kids, I've been saying this. Like I've had to go back and say I'm sorry because I'm really sorry because um, I should have never said that to them or vocalized that to them. Um, I didn't know what it was like to be a woman. I was a kid, and I made a comment that could have been very hurtful because I've had people teach their kids to be against me, and I'm 23 years old, and I had my first kid at 16 and 17, and people taught their kids to be against me, and people, adults older than me would go back to them and they would like basically fight my battle because they would go as a woman and you as a woman. I never really understood that these women had already been through what I was going through. So they knew exactly what I was going through. And I was just hurt when they said it to me. And I thought that these women were like goddesses, like they were Greek love gods or something. These stuff never happened to them. And people would fight my battle. And so I get to understand that the stuff that um, I've gotten to understand the stuff that I'm experiencing is not anything new. It's not anything that just came to my generation. I'm not one in a million women that it's happened to. It's just that our families teach us that they rather us to be more prideful and act like it doesn't happen, but it happens. And for me, it was so hard to say that I was raped and I had a kid. And the first kid, I was first molested, and my mom's boyfriend molested me. So for me, my mom told my sister and my brothers not to talk to me because as if it was something that was contagious, as if they was gonna get it, and if I touched them, they was gonna be molested, and that was gonna, that's what they were taught, and so people on the outside understood what I was going through, and I didn't even understand what I was going through. I didn't even know I was being molested. So all of a sudden, people that never used to talk to me just started talking to me and being extra nice to me. Um, and I didn't understand. I didn't know what I did. I was thinking it was a good thing because people are being nice to you. Isn't that a good thing? But apparently it was more of something happened to me and I didn't know what was happening to me. So these people just came along and they just like adopted me and became like my fake family. So when I went to foster care, I had like all these people that were so supportive of me, and God will send people your way to fight your battle. So I always believe that everything is through God because God knows if something's gonna happen before it happens. And for some reason these people came around me before it happened. You know what I'm saying? These people saw the symbols and signs, and that's because they're victims themselves. But as my family, their family refused to allow them to say, this is what happened, this is what happened to me. So right now they're grown, they have kids of their own and stuff like that, and they still can't say that this is what happened to me. And I don't think that that's fair because that's not pride. That doesn't make the family name hold up better if I have scars and bruises and I've never been able to talk about these scars and bruises. The family didn't become 1,000% more better. The name didn't become more prestigious. The family's going to be the family. Because it happened to me doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. Because it happened to me, I should be able to talk about it and express it and be able to um, get in a group of people that are positively reacting to what happened to them. That way I can have a outlet that I can talk to somebody and not be the elephant in the room. Like, oh my gosh. So right now I find myself an elephant in the room a lot of times, because I had kids so young. A lot of people, they didn't have kids so young. So I'll be in a room and a lot of people, they're like, oh, you shouldn't have had your kids or something like that. And which is really why I went to a lot of prayer, and I went to a lot of fasting, and I had to go to a different place of God because it really, really hurt my feelings. Because here it was, I was in the middle of a custody battle in my first year of college, and these women don't even know, like, I didn't have, there was never a dull moment. Like, there was always something going on. Always going something going on with me. There was always something going on with me. And it was never a dull moment. It was never a down moment. But I was still trying to push forward and come out of it. And it was really harder when you don't have, it's really harder when you don't have the spiritual connection you're supposed to have. That's what makes it the hardest. But once you get that spiritual connection you're supposed to have, it is so much better and it's so much easier. You're no longer running this marathon all by yourself. You already ran the marathon and won the marathon, and that's what you're doing. So I'm gonna highlight underneath my brow bone, and I'm using a silver today. So that's what makes it so much easier. And if you find people that they are hurting you, or talking bad about you, when you tell them something, keep talking to them because there's some reason why you're talking to them. You don't even understand. Like, I don't understand. There's a lot of people that used to talk bad about me after I talked to them and stuff like that. And I didn't understand why I was talking to them, but there was something that was in them for some reason that was the person that I was supposed to talk to, because God uses people in weird ways. Like, he'll use your enemy to be your friend, and it's just so weird. Like, I don't understand it. And now I'm in a much comfortable, more better place because it escalated to the point that people now realize that just how cruel people could be, just how cruel it is to do this stuff, and just how many people that has suffered from these elements and have been keeping it in the closet trying to hide it. And it's not something that you have to hide. You don't have to hide this. This is not something you have to hide. There's no age limit for you to talk about what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I remember for the first time, my mom, she never talked to me like straight up, like, she never says to me, that's what happened or something like that. She doesn't do that. She always talks in riddles, so I won't understand what she's saying. And then one day I'll be like, oh, she'd be like, I told you. I'll be like, no, you didn't. You didn't tell me. And she'd be like, yes, I did tell you. Because I didn't get down. I was crying all this stuff. I did tell you, but you just don't know that they told you. You'd be like, you did? Where was I? Did I miss it? Uh-oh. I used two different colors. Um, but basically, she told me in her own way that she was comfortable in telling me, and she told me, my mom was also a victim of sexual abuse, and so it made us closer and it made us stronger. And she understands where I'm at right now. Like, I don't want to be friends. I don't want to talk and be buddy buddy. And she understands that, and she doesn't get mad with me. Like, before, she used to get mad with me, and it took her a long time to understand. Like, I'm not gonna come to you with open arms. I'm not gonna be hugging you. I'm not gonna be kissing you. And this is not gonna happen for years, years and years and years ago. And now she understands that. Before, she was like trying to trying to make this relationship and all this stuff, and like that's not gonna happen for a long time. Like, I've been in foster care for a couple of years, and I don't talk to her about anything in my life, like, at all. Like, I rarely. She will find out on her own. I don't ever go to her and tell her that something's going on in my life, and she doesn't cry at night anymore over it. So that's a good thing. Um, that's a good thing. You can't be crying at night because somebody's not going to let you in. Everybody has to be allowed to do it in their own timing. It wouldn't be fair to you if I came in and I was just like forcing you to open up and do this stuff that you weren't ready to do. And funny, my grandma was the one that, I don't talk to my grandma. I don't talk to anybody. in my family really. Except for occasion, like if I need somebody to like lie and say they're gonna pick me up from the hospital if I'm having a medical procedure or something like that. And even then, I won't contact them. Like I have no problem sitting in the hospital and telling them I don't have anybody to contact. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no problem saying that. Like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. What's gonna bother me is if I go home and I listen to that person and they did it because they knew I didn't have anybody to call. They knew I didn't have anybody to contact. And then I go and contact these people and they turn me down. And then my feelings are hurt. So it doesn't bother me when I'm like, okay, I don't got this. Some people have available to them, I don't. Sucks. Oh well. Um, what's plan B? I'm sure I'm not the only. It's so weird when I go to the hospital. They make it seem like, oh wow, they've never had a patient with nobody to contact or anything like that. Like this is normal. Like there's so many patients. Half the people that have people bring them home need to not have no people bring them home. That's probably why they're in the hospital in the first place. A lot of people they have a whole bunch of people around them, and that's probably why they're in the hospital. So I use this brown color on top of this. So what I did was I used this as a base, this color right here, and then I used this peach color on top of that color, and I did like an ombre, and then I used this brown on top of that peach, and this is my highlighting color. So you can adjust this the way you want to, um, but definitely it's a cool look. I'm trying to grab this brown and blend in the middle as my transition color. And now I'm applying bronzer in between so that it doesn't look so harsh. And I'm just blending in the lines. I've never been that kid. That's the whole thing. So for me, it's not something new. I've never been the kid to come to you. Everything could be wrong. I've never been the kid to come and be like, it's wrong. It's not working. It's not going good. I've always been the type. And people tend to get depressed when they're around me because they're used to talking to somebody. See, I haven't had nobody that I can talk to and get a response because they actually care about me. So I have been taught to talk to myself and whatever problem I'm having, deal with it on my own. And don't go looking for some response to somebody that's going to tell you some shit, and then we're going to be in an argument, and then it's going to be a bigger problem. Just be your own friend, and you'll be okay. So I've been taught that way, so that's what I do. So I would tell anybody to do that though. Like I'm much more happier. Can't nobody come back and tell you your business or tell you anything bad about yourself because you didn't even talk to them like that. You be sitting there looking at them like, what are this person talking about? This person nuts. I don't talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing ever. Like what? That's the best thing to be talking to people and them trying to disrespect you and tear you down. It's not good. You're better off talking to yourself. So I'm going to use the Spotlight Red, and this is 911D, and this one Wet and Wild. You guys have been enjoying my videos from both my tablet and my laptop. So as I told you guys before, you want to make sure you get a smooth. So I really thank you guys, my followers and my enemies, for helping me because this has allowed me to open up from the tight shell that I am. Not too much because again, this is a computer screen, so nobody's coming back to me and telling me their opinions or anything. It's not a real conversation as yet, but in time, I will get there. As of now, I like being by myself. So uh, I am enjoying this. So they have to touch it. I like being by myself. I enjoy it. As long as my nana doesn't know about it. Because she'll be like, this is not healthy. My nana on my father's side. She'll be like, you need to talk to somebody. You need some friends. I'm like, I like being by myself. It is so healthy. So, even though it really isn't healthy. Right now, for me, at where I'm at, the stage I'm at, it's baby steps and it's healthy. So it all depends on where you're at. Um, so I was just touching up. Sorry about that, guys. So I am now. I was just touching up my around my mouth. Uh-oh. Mm. I'm just touching up around my mouth. Yeah. So right now for me, this seems to be the healthiest thing. I am not really looking to have any real transactions with anybody right now because I'm still working on me, and I only have a couple more years left to work on me because at a certain age you're expected to have everything, all your ducks in a row. So I'm trying to get them in a row before that age comes around. You know what I mean? Don't want to be 80 not married because of my life experience. And still talking about one day I'll be married at 80. But the lady just got married the other day, so I won't give up hope for that. By the time I'm actually willing to let somebody in. I might just be 95. Hey, I have no problem with that. I'm not lonely. I'm okay. Matter of fact, I'm an exclusive group of people that think that they're okay as well. So I'm just fine. I'm just dandy. So guys, this is Spotlight Red, and I think I put it back. And that's what I'm wearing today, and I think I put it back. Oh, no, I didn't. Uh, And I like to coat my eyelashes really well with my mascara because whatever it has in it is really good. My eyelashes are not falling out the way they used to. Whenever I would do like a face wash with acetic acid, with what's it called? Hello?
Hello, Miss Edwards.
Speaking.
Hi, Miss Edwards. This is Nasa calling from Dr. Parashar's office.
Hi.
How are you?
Good in yourself?
I'm good, thanks. I'm calling you because someone canceled for this Monday, and I was just wondering if you would be interested.
The thing.
Sooner.
What time is it?
It's for Monday at 9.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have class at
Okay.
10:30, and this is my initial visit with him. Thank you so much because I did request for you to call me back if you guys had a sooner available appointment. Thank you so much for getting to me. But the thing is that I have a class, so I usually leave my house at 10 to get there by. Well, it takes me half an hour to get there. But being this is my initial, I wouldn't want to be rushing you guys or anything like that. I know he has to do a full checkup and
That's fine.
on
No
my
problem.
ears.
All right,
Thank
but you still scheduled them for the 27th at 9.
the 27th night. Do they have any later on the 27th?
I actually don't know. That's all I have because he's booked for the rest of that day.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Have a blessed day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. And that was pretty cool. So it just took me 40 minutes to do this, and it's 4 o'clock. So I went off in a talking tantrum. So that was my public announcement for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm lining my eyes. I'm lining my eyes. You guys know I just bring it 3/4. In for my eyelid. And I love this eyeliner. Like, once I dip it once, I don't have to re-dip it. It's like such a good eyeliner. This is 888 NYC, and this has a little bit of shimmer in it, so it's really nice. I hope you guys can see this. So this is the finished eye look, guys. This is the right eye, the left eye. Um, I hope you guys enjoy it. Now I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes again. I hope you guys enjoyed my public announcement of the day. That was my PTA of the day, and it's certified by me, Ruth Edwards. That message was certified by Ruth Edwards. Oops. Yeah, I didn't even close my eyeliner. It's the bombdiggy.com. The little sticky came off, but this is NYC, and the words rubbed off. But it expires in like a year, excuse me, and I won't be finished with it by the time it expires. So now that I'm done my makeup, I'm just gonna set it all with my neutralizing powder from my FaceTime. This is this powder right here. Now basically going in a circular motion. And I'm done with that. Oh, and now I'm just gonna spray my primer. I did apply it off camera, and that was my absolute primer. And now I'm putting this back. So the colors I used, I'm gonna tell you guys the color I used. Um, for blush, I used my Creative Cranberry blush. For bronzer, I used my Brilliant bronzer. For highlight, I used my Wise White, which is a gray color right here in this corner. It's called Wise White. Then I applied my Master Mauve, and this is my for my entire for the base of my eyelid. And then in the crease, I use Bold Brush, and then above that, I use Fun Fig, which is this brown color. So I use this purplish color, peach color, which is mauve is the base, bold blush is the peach color, and then the fun fig, which is the color of an actual fig. You know, in the crevice of the fig is usually brown and pink. It looks exactly like the color of a fig. It's a really nice color, true to color. And on my lips, I used my Wet n Wild. This is for $2, by the way, guys, or $2.99, depending if you catch it on sale. My Wet n Wild Spotlight Red. And for foundation, I used my Maybelline 355 um, matte. This is a matte foundation, and I set it all with my neutralizing powder. The palette I used again was my YBF palette, and I'm gonna set all this with my Max Fix Plus spray. And as I told you guys, I like this spray because it's just basically a hydrating water mist. If you are somebody whose skin is dry and you're looking for something to make your skin undry, I would suggest using the MAC. I forgot the name of it, but it has oil in it instead of what I'm using, which has no oil in it. Because my skin is not oily and it's not dry, so I try to use stuff without oil. So I definitely suggest using that one instead of the one that I use, so that you can have some oil. And yeah, this is the end of my makeup tutorial. For my eyebrows, I use my Sonia Kashik eyebrow gel, wet gel. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I just came out the shower, didn't put anything in my hair yet. So I just finished lotioning my body. I used my Palmer's Scar gel, and I told you guys I mixed it with my bio oil together, and that is the mix that I just used. So my skin stays oil and hydrated for like even after I bathe and wash it off, your skin still stays oil and hydrated. And the next day, you don't even the next 3 4 days you don't have to oil your skin. That's how good it is. So be blessed, and I'll do the same again. This is Brownie from Manhattan, New York. Mwah!